What's up? I'm Trent Windsor, and we're here in search of the perfect shuffle. It's time for another segment of clearing out the archives where I shuffle my music, and whichever album pops up, that's the album I review song by song. If a song is more than 50% skippable, if I would skip it more than half the time, I say get rid of it, it's not worth your time. But if it's less than 50% skippable, if I would skip it less than half the time, I say it's a great addition for your perfect shuffle. Last time we shuffled our music, and the album that popped up is White Blood Cells by the White Stripes. The White Stripes are legendary, and you can tell that because they had a song on Guitar Hero. In all seriousness, Jack White is a musical god and a master of all things guitar.
Who says you need to buy a guitar?
He and his wife at the time, Meg, came together, formed this band, the White Stripes. And in doing so, they really tore down the walls of indie rock music. What makes this duo so appealing and alluring? Maybe we'll find some clues in their third album, White Blood Cells. Let's find out as I review this album song by song. This album actually has 16 songs, so I will go through every song, but I'm going to do it in a tier list style so that we can go through these a little bit more quickly and save you, the viewer, some time. What I love about the White Stripes on this album, in general, Jack White. He has these really amazing vocals that are very mysterious, very alluring, very enticing. There's something really different about them that really draws you in. They're very raw. They're just like an open nerve. Not to mention his amazing, amazing guitar work. On this album, you see all types of guitar tones, but they're always so perfect and they fit the song just right. His wife, Meg, is not an incredible drummer, but Jack's guitar work does the most in really accentuating and dancing around and embellishing so that it really complements the drums, makes them sound like they're exactly where they need to be for each and every song. Somehow, just with the guitarist and the drummer, every song has a huge sound, and I think that is mostly thanks to Jack's guitar work. As a whole, this album has a really cool, down-to-earth garage rock feel. It's very gritty. Some of the songs are very sweet. It's all very Midwestern. Let's start off at the top. We're gonna go S tier, A, B, C, and F tier. S tier, these songs are really incredible, blow me away. You've got Dead Leaves on the Dirty Ground, which has a very homemade feel, really reinforces that garage rock vibe. You've got these very fuzzy guitars with some really nice noodling going on, which is actually pretty clean and they complement each other really well. It's a well-written, catchy melody, which is something that the White Stripes really excel at, and there's a dynamic difference between the chorus, which is raucous and loud and only instrumental, and the verses, which are a little bit more soft-spoken, a little bit more emotional. You've got Fell in Love with a Girl, which is my favorite song on this album because it is a huge, huge song. Just arena-style rock. The crazy energy is fuzzy and it's raw. You have an electrifying vocal performance from Jack White, and the music video is very cool. It's all made out of Legos. It feels like the personality of this band. Homemade, but mind-blowing. You also have the song Expecting, which is slower, a little bit more deliberate, with these really cool and awesome manic vocals. Lastly, in this tier, you have the song I Think I Smell a Rat. The best way I can describe it is violent but careful. It's such a simple song, but it conveys so much emotion and conviction. I absolutely love it. Every song in the S tier is 15% skippable. Definitely a must-listen set of songs. Next we go down to the A tier. The first song on the A tier is Hotel Yorba. It's very fun, sweet, folksy. It's still kind of wacky and manic, but kind of more in the crazy uncle type way. As opposed to some of the other songs on this album, it's not gritty at all. Very clean, very fresh. Next we've got We Are Going to Be Friends, which is so sweet, so innocent. It perfectly captures that feeling of going back to school in the fall and making a new friend. A huge perk. It's on Napoleon Dynamite. The last song in the A tier is Offend in Every Way. It's a slower saloon style march. Feels like a showdown's about to begin. I really love the picked guitar work on this one. It may be just a touch too long, but really a cool sounding song. Every song in the A tier is 25% skippable, so still really amazing. Heading down to the B tier, we've got I'm Finding It Harder to Be a Gentleman. This one has a nice gritty melody, but it's a little bit more relaxed. It's just not as much of a standout in the gritty category as some of the other songs. We also have The Same Boy You've Always Known, which is a cool blend of positive and gritty minor type music. It's got a lower energy, but still a really nice and well-crafted melody. We have I Cant Wait, which is a Nirvana-esque dark ballad, and it leads into just a bitter rock song. Last in the B tier, we have Now Mary, which kind of goes from gritty garage rock to an upbeat campfire song and kind of fluctuates between the two. It's kind of weird, sometimes confusing, but I think it turns out pretty well. All of these songs in the B tier are 35% skippable, so definitely still worth keeping around. Heading down to the C tier, we have Little Room. It's a really short song, drums and vocals only. Seems more like a transition song than a song unto its own, but still super catchy and really nice. You have The Union Forever, which is a very rambling and bitter anti-love song. It's kind of weird in its structure too. You kind of go from Jack White saying, "There's no true love," to him quoting Citizen Kane, back to, there's no true love. So it's pretty trippy, kind of weird, and like I said, pretty rambling, but still pretty cool. I think it's definitely worth a listen. It's a cool song. We have I Can Learn, which is a very forlorn ballad type song. There are some nice hard-hitting moments. There's some cool dynamics in this one. And last we have This Protector, which is a well-written song, very nice melody once again. It's just a piano ballad, which is not exactly what I am coming for when I listen to a White Stripes album. So all of these songs on the C tier are only 40% skippable, still all worth keeping around. The F tier only has one song, and that is Aluminum. It's very wobbly, very trippy. The only lyric is, ah. It's probably a song inspired by The Dentist. Ah. The instrumentals on this one are so good. Really, really nice, and it kind of pains me to put this in the F tier, but I have to be honest with myself, I'd skip it more than I've listened to it, so I'd say it's 55% skippable. Altogether, adding everything up, doing the math, this album as a whole is only 31% skippable. The White Stripes, as I said, are amazing. And this album really does blow me away. It draws me in, it captures my attention, but sometimes it's hard for me to nail down exactly why I like it so much. But the surface level simplicity hides a deeper level of complexity in songwriting, in instrumental work, in vocal inflections, all these tiny little parts that come together to form a real masterpiece, a really incredible album. Let's shuffle our music and see which album pops up next. Alright, we're just gonna go into our music library here, go into albums, and hit shuffle. Alright, looks like the next album I'll be reviewing is Saturation by Brockhampton. If you like what I'm doing here, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications, leave a comment below, let me know what you think about the White Stripes, let me know what you think about this album. I would love to hear your opinions. I'm also taking requests. I'd love to hear which albums you'd like to hear me review. I've got a couple on the docket, so I am taking requests, and I like to do at least one a month. There's links below for my new editions playlists, as well as my Station Head radio station, both ways you can find out what I'm listening to right now. I'm Trent Windsor, and this is The Perfect Shuffle. Let's find out as I